In today's video, we'll discuss Tesla and its recent decision to increase the prices of two cars. While the increase might not seem significant, it's a smart move on Tesla's part. So, if you don't want to miss any of these incredible updates, keep watching the video. Tesla's recent price increase. Tesla has chosen not to lower prices but to increase them in multiple markets, including the US. Two cars have increased by $250, but this increase is insignificant, considering that the selling price of inventory cars remain almost the same. This recent increase is relatively minor compared to the price reductions of $1,000 to $3,000 that Tesla has made in the past. Understanding Tesla's pricing strategy. Tesla has been adjusting its vehicle prices frequently in recent months, and some people believe that Elon Musk is treating vehicle pricing like stock prices. However, Tesla merely reflects costs and tries to balance supply and demand through pricing. With this recent price increase, Musk was treating pricing like a stock. For example, if you've ever traded stocks, especially in the short term, you always want to buy stocks or cars at the lowest possible price. When you wait and feel like the stock is about to hit rock bottom, it suddenly goes up. And you might think it's already hit its lowest point and is rebounding. This is usually when many people start buying in. Is their strategy effective in increasing sales? Truth be told, a $250 increase or decrease in automobile pricing is negligible. In addition, there has been no $250 rise in the price of the autos already in stock. So, I don't think Tesla is increasing prices because of supply and demand or rising costs. Small price hikes, especially for in-stock vehicles, are more likely an attempt to entice on-the-fence buyers. A historic $250 discount on in-stock vehicles suggests that this method may be successful. Is this plan working? It's interesting to see how spot stock cars have been decreasing since May 1st, especially for the Model Y, which had less inventory pressure to begin with. Analyzing the impact of Tesla's recent $250 price increase. Do you believe this little price hike has affected sales at all? And for how much longer will this tactic work? It's an intriguing move by Tesla, making us curious about their future plans. We've never thought that Tesla was taking advantage of investors' bottom-fishing attitude in the market. We want your thoughts on what might have motivated this $250 price increase. Please feel free to leave your thoughts in the section provided below. However, we want to clarify that even if Tesla's price hike is a strategy to attract customers, it is not bad. In the end, it's all business. As long as it boosts their productivity, it's a good marketing tactic. Will other car manufacturers follow Tesla's pricing strategy? Looking ahead, other car manufacturers may also start following Tesla's pricing strategy. We are sure that you're curious to know what Tesla's next move will be. Will they continue to frequently adjust their prices? If they do, people may gradually become desensitized to these changes, resulting in a reduced impact. To prevent any adverse effects, Tesla may consider reducing the frequency of their price adjustments. Moreover, Tesla's approach could establish a precedent in the industry. If frequent price changes become the norm, a K-line chart may show Tesla's selling price, but it's not a certainty. This again emphasizes how challenging it is to predict Tesla's car prices, just like forecasting the stock market. Unraveling the mysteries of Tesla's new Model 3 long-range version in the US market. If you've been keeping tabs on the Model 3 from Tesla, you may have noticed that the long-range variant has returned to the US market. Some people are confused by the new version though. First, it has a far less range than the one discontinued 9 months ago. The previous version had a range of 358 miles, while the new one is only expected to reach 325, a drop of over 10%. The government subsidy for this vehicle is $3,750, which is the same as the base model but half of what it was. The battery may be China's LFP battery, which may extend a vehicle's practical range if charged to full every day. One disadvantage of LFP batteries is their subpar performance in sub-zero temperatures. Tesla's website advises those who live in severely cold climates to choose the long-range or performance version. The high-energy density battery that CATL revealed last year may or may not have been utilized in the vehicles, but we won't know until the cars are delivered in June. Choosing between Tesla's Model 3 and Model Y. Considerations for smart buyers. If you're considering a Tesla, it's essential to weigh your options between the Model 3 long-range performance and Model Y long-range versions. The price difference isn't significant, especially if you plan on upgrading the wheels. However, opting for the performance version will give you faster acceleration and a higher range. When making a decision, it's essential to be smart about it. Safety is also a crucial factor to consider. If you've been following Tesla's pricing changes, you might wonder if it's an excellent time to buy. Cars are a depreciating asset and a luxury item, so it's unlikely they'll increase in value over time. However, if you need a car and plan to keep it for a long time and can charge it at home, then now might be a good time to consider purchasing a Tesla. And that completes our video for today. We hope you enjoyed learning the incredible updates of Tesla Model 3 and Y. Which of them are you most excited about? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to TechBros for more content such as this.